So hello everyone. Today we are going to start with new software that is AutoCAD. We are going to see AutoCAD according to mechanical design point of view. So to start with, we are going to see all the basics of AutoCAD in day one. We have already completed SolidWorks and Solid Edge, and now we are starting with AutoCAD. So if you want to learn SolidWorks and Solid Edge, you can also. So if you want to learn Solid Edge in SolidWorks, you can follow the older playlist. This will be the new playlist for AutoCAD now. So let's get started. So we are going to work on AutoCAD 2019 version. This is the starting page when you start the AutoCAD software. We need to click on this option that is Start Drawing. As soon as you say Start Drawing, you are directed to the home screen. So to start with, we will take the overview of home page. So the above toolbars you can see here. This is ribbon containing different tabs. Tabs such as Draw, Modify, Annotation, Layers, Blocks, Properties, and some more tabs. At the bottom side you can see this command line. Command line will help you to guide the further instructions according to the command we are using. Now this toolbar you can see at the bottom side, bottom right side, this is status bar. This toolbar is also going to be used for modifications in between. So now whatever commands we are going to see in AutoCAD, each command will have one shortcut key. If you want, you can note down the shortcut keys as they are usually questioned in interviews. So we are going to discuss about the command as well as we are going to work with shortcut keys also. So if anyone required can note down the shortcut keys also at the time of using the commands. So to start with, first I am going to say unit. For unit setup, shortcut key for unit command is UN enter. So I'm going to type here UN enter on keyboard. UN enter. One more thing, if you are typing any shortcut key, you don't need to concern about whether the text is going to be capital or small. You can go for any type of text, whether it is capital or small. You just need to type UN enter. So for input, every time with each command you need to type enter after entering the shortcut key of the command. Now you can see here one window is coming showing the drawing units. At the left side the drawing units are for length, at the right side the drawing units are for angle. So in length we need to select the format for the length, whether you want the length to be drawn in architectural type or decimal. You have the option for engineering. You want to display the length in fractions, or else you have the last option as scientific. Usually when you are going for mechanical designs, we are going to use decimal. So I'm going to select decimal here. Then you need to select the precision. So I'll select the precision here as 0.0. Now setting this precision, then the main thing, insertion scale. So whether you want to work in millimeters, inches, feet, centimeters, meters, kilometers, micro inches, yards, and microns. There are different types of units here, but we'll select the unit which we require. So I'm going to select millimeters only now. Now for angle, we are going to select the type format for the angle as decimal degrees only. We are going to take the precision in 0.0, and this angle is going to be measured in anti-clockwise direction. If you want to measure the angle in clockwise, then you can click on this option that is clockwise. After all the setup, you just need to say OK. Now I'll take one line here, but as I am drawing the line, you can see the length is coming in thousands. So it is better if you directly don't go for the line command. First we are going to click on this box representing the plane. So now we are working on top plane. That's why the UCS icon you can see here at the left side is showing YX or XY. So this XY orientation in AutoCAD stands for top view. So I'm going to click on this top view here. After clicking, you will see the setup will be adjusted automatically according to millimeters. Now if I take the line here, it is showing the values in millimeters such as 10, 20. It is not coming in thousands now. Still, if I want to scale it more, I can scroll it here, and now we'll take the line. So it is showing the length now in 40s and 50s. This green and red line, the intersection of both the lines is nothing but the origin for this page, having UCS at the corner. If I want to set up this UCS at the corner left side so as it don't disturb the drawings, I just need to right click on the UCS, go on this option that is UCS icon settings, and select the option here as show UCS icon at origin. So this UCS icon will be shifted at the lower left side. If I scroll again for zooming zoom out, this UCS icon will not come in between the drawings. So these are the basic setups: setting the units, setting the UCS at corners, setting the page layout according to millimeters, and then we are going to start the drawings. The first command we are going to see here is line command. So after all the setup, we are going to go for line command. We need to draw one inclined line with the length of 100 mm as well as the angle we need here is 30 degrees. So to start with line, you just need to select the line tab, or else you can go for the shortcut as L enter for the line. Next, the prompt bar in command manager will ask you to specify the first point. So I'm going to specify the first point here. As we have discussed, we need the length of 100 mm. So I'm going to take in the first box, I'm going to put the value here as 100 mm. And to shift in the angle box, you can see beside the first box, the angle value is also coming in the box. So to switch in that box for the angle, you just need to click on tab button here. So I'm going to hit on tab, and you can see the length 100 mm is been locked there, and we have shifted for the angle now. So here I'm going to put the angle as 45 degrees and say enter. After enter, you will see this command is going to be continued. Means we can draw further lines also. But if you want to end this command here, you just need to click on escape on keyboard. Now after clicking escape, the command will be over here. Again, we want to continue with the line. I'm going to select the line, and you can continue with the line. Now I'll take one horizontal line here. But as we start drawing the line, we are not sure that line is going to come straight, vertical or horizontal. So to assure that line should come horizontal or vertical straight line, then we need to go on the status bar and going to select this command, that is ortho mode. You can see at the bottom side, right side, this 90-degree icon. We are just going to put on this option, and here the ortho mode has been on. Now if I orient the line, it will either go vertical or it will become horizontal. In between, it will not take any inclinations here. It is because of this ortho mode. So whenever you need to draw straight lines, that is horizontal or vertical, you just need to put on or off this option, that is ortho mode. Now the shortcut key for this ortho mode, you can see at the cursor point only it is showing that we need to click on F8. You need to select F keys on the keyboard, and in that F keys we are going to select F8. So if I click on this F8, this ortho mode will be on or off. You can directly click here also so as to control the ortho mode. If I put off the ortho mode again, you can see this line is coming inclined here. You can put up the angle also now. But if I don't want this line to be made inclined, select this ortho mode again, and the line will come straight. So I'll take this line here as 200 mm. Now I'm just going to specify the length here. We are not going to go for angle as this line is not inclined. Now to end the line, we are just going to say escape here. Now if you want to check the length or angle of the line made, you just need to select on the line, and when you place this cursor on the grip, it will show the length as well as angle. You can see there the length is coming 100 and the angle is coming 45. In this way you can cross check the dimensions here. Again, if I want to check the length of this line, I'll select this and put the cursor here. You can see the length is showing 200 mm. Now for the angles, suppose if I go for the line here, this line is coming horizontal straight. But if I go for the angle and put off the ortho mode, you can see the arc coming for the angle. The angle is coming from X horizontal, and if I go anti-clockwise direction, the angle is increasing. So here it will come 45 degrees, somewhere here, then 90, then here 135, and as soon as I complete this semi arc, you can see if I come at 180 degrees, now it is 179.7, and if I go further downside, it will change the direction of the angle, and the arc of the angle will come clockwise, means the counting will start from the clockwise now. So now this angle is being counted clockwise after 180 degrees. Again, if I go above 180 degrees, the angle here is been counted anti-clockwise again. You can see the curve, but the reference horizontal for X, but the horizontal reference in X direction is same. Only this anti-clockwise and clockwise directions are changed after 180 degrees. So if I go for 45 degrees, in first quadrant it will take 45 degrees only. But if I go for same 45 degrees in second quadrant, it will take 135 degrees. And if I again come to third quadrant, it will go for 135 degrees here. So by this we can say, if I drag this line in first quadrant and second quadrant, the angles will come according to anti-clockwise direction. But if I go in down direction, that is in third quadrant or fourth quadrant, the arc you can see here is coming clockwise direction. So in this way, the angles differ here. So in first quadrant, it is showing anti-clockwise, and in fourth quadrant, it is showing clockwise directions. Now to understand these angles, we are going to refer one sketch. We have one sketch here. They start with the left bottom side, that is with the 80 mm line. So I'm going to take this line straight. I'm going to put on the ortho mode. Say this value as 80 mm. Say escape. We'll zoom out little bit here. Again select the line. Length is 80 mm. Now all the length referred in this diagram are of 80 mm, and the angles are going to come either 135 or 45 degrees depending on quadrant and anti-clockwise clockwise system. So here if I put off this ortho mode, we'll take the third line, that is this line, length 80 and angle we are going to take here as 135. But as the angle is going to come from the horizontal reference, this 90 degrees will be ignored and we are going to go for the angle of 45 degrees only. So here length is 80. We are going to shift on the next box for the angle, pressing tab key, and here the angle will be 45 degrees. It is going anti-clockwise only. Again length is 80, tab, angle is going to be 135. Now we are going to draw two straight lines. So for that I'm going to put on the ortho mode. You can see this vertical and horizontal line here. So this same length 80, enter, horizontally also 80. Put off the ortho mode for the inclined line. Now we are going to go in the fourth quadrant. I'll take the length again as 80, tab, angle as 45. At the vertical side also we are going in first quadrant, so length will be 80 and angle will be 45 degrees. Put on the ortho mode. Now we are going to go for the straight lines here, these two straight lines, horizontal and vertical. Now this angle is going to come in the third quadrant. So in this diagram, if I go for the angle in second or third quadrant, the angle is going to come by default 135. And in first quadrant and fourth quadrant, the angle is going to come 45 degrees. So now we are going in third quadrant, length is again 80, tab, angle is going to be 135, length is 80, tab, angle is 45. In vertical and horizontal line, say straight lines, ortho mode on, 80, enter, directly 80, enter. Next again the last two inclined lines, these two lines. So this ortho mode off, length is 80, tab, angle is 135, enter. And finally you can directly connect this line at the end point. So here this complete sketch has been drawn using line command, and we have also seen how to take the angles here, whether it is anti-clockwise or clockwise. According to quadrants, the angles values are going to be changed, even if the angles are similar. So this was line command. Now if I want to see the line type also here, you just need to go on this properties tab. You have these three options. This one, first one is for object color. It is coming by layer. Second is for line width. It is also coming according to by layer. And the third one is line type. So if I want to change the line type, you just need to click on this option in properties. You can see here by default there are three line types being shown, that is by layer, by block and continuous. All the three formats are having same line type. If I want to go for the other line type, you just need to select this other option, go for this load option, and you will get loaded with the different types of lines used in AutoCAD. So here I want center line. So we'll drag this cursor here. You can see we have this center line. We have two options more, 5x and 2x. Now these are nothing but the spacing between these dashes. 5x means we are going to have very small spacing in between the dashes. And if I go for this 2x, we are going to have the spacing larger as compared to the 5x. But instead of going for 5x or 2x, you can directly select simple center, say OK. Again, you can see here all the line types present were these three types, by layer, by block and continuous. The center line has been added here. Say OK. Now you can see the list also. The center line is added in this list. But still the current line type is showing by layer. So if I want to draw any line in center, we just need to change the line type and we are going to set the current line type as center line. Now if I go for any object drawing, whether line, rectangle or circle, you can see here this line is coming in center line. Put on the ortho mode. If I go for the circle also or rectangle also, the line type by default will be in center only. It is because the line type, current line type is center. If I again go for bilayer, it will produce continuous line only now, as it was earlier. So in this way, you can go for the line types here. Select the other option, go and say load, and here you will get the different line types. If I go for hidden, say OK. Hidden line is also added. Select the hidden line as current line type, and you will see now the line type is coming as hidden. You can see the difference between center and hidden lines. Now if I want to adjust the spacing gap in between the hidden or center lines, we'll have one more command here, that is line type scale. Shortcut key is LTS. It is for changing the global scale factor in between the gaps. It will show the line type scale factor here as 1. The scale factor is for the dashing gap in between for the line types. So you can see here the value is coming 1. I'm going to say here as 3. As soon as I say 3 and click enter, the gap between the dashings of each line type will change. Say enter, and you can see the change. The spacing between these dashes is now a little bit larger. If I want to decrease the spacing again I'll say LTS enter, and I'll say 1 again. Say enter again. So the spacing between the dashes is being updated now according to the scale factors. So in this way you can increase or decrease the spacing here. Now if I move this line a little bit aside and if I zoom out, we can observe this line as a simple line. It is not shown as a hidden line. But if I want to show it as a hidden line, I'll say this scale factor as 10 this time, and you can see the difference. Now it is shown as a hidden line. So if you zoom in and zoom out, you can see the difference there. But one more thing to be noticed, if I go for LTS and change the spacing between dashes, all the line types present in the screen will change by the scale. Suppose if I want to individually change the scale, then we need to select the line, say right click, say properties, and in properties tab you will get these options. In general, we are going to have the 4th number option as line type scale. You can see up the upper left side. Select the value and change the value here. I'll set the scale factor for the spacing here as 3. Now only the dash spacing for this particular line is being changed. Spacing for this object, that is circles and line, will not change. So if you want to individually edit the line type scale, just click here and go for this properties, and here you can change the scale factor for that particular line only. You can see the change here. Say escape and finish. If I want to change the color of the line type, select the line, go for this color option, and you can change the color here. I'll select this circle, I'll apply yellow color here. If I go for the selection of these lines and go for the color again, you can see the changes in color. So for different line types, it is better if you keep different types of colors so as to specify or identify them individually. So this was line command, how to adjust the scale, how to adjust the line type, how to go for the ortho mode, how to make any sketch, how to change the colors. This was the first lecture for AutoCAD. We'll continue with the AutoCAD series further. Till then, thank you.